Welcome everyone to the NASCAR Amino iRacing Cup Series Clash here from Daytona. I am joined here by Cater Johns. How are you, Cater?
I'm doing pretty great. Going to see our first NASCAR Amino iRacing Cup Series event. It's an exhibition, but nonetheless, it's going to give us a great precedent to what we expect in the first points race.
Indeed, I agree with all of that. As coming up here, I say we take a look at our practice results to see how this race will shape up and see who's the fastest cars. As you see, Caden Bishop with a 44.797. He was your practice winner. Anything you notice here, Cater?
Well, first off, it's nice to see Caden Bishop on top. That shows that he's got confidence in his race car. If it can handle well in the draft, we'll see if that translates to the race today. And I noticed Zach Stern back there in 16th, slower than he usually is in other series.
Yeah, and it's especially hurtful for Paul there. He was about 4/10 off of Zach, so that was a pretty slow lap there. He must not have had any draft in practice, but oh well. All right, let's take a look here at qualifying. This was the pole lap here by Caden Bishop. Let's analyze this lap and see what makes a perfect lap around Daytona.
Yeah, pretty optimal line here for Caden Bishop. He starts by kind of taking the middle lane. He does that on the straightaways, which is rather interesting, and he doesn't really hug the double yellow as much as you'd anticipate for the fastest lap you could get around here. But Caden appears to be really comfortable with the handling. I think he's trying to cut it too close. Just let the car do its raw speed and get the job done, and that's how he got the pole. And qualifying speeds were really, really close. I think they're all within freaking hundredth of each other, which I didn't know was possible, but it goes to show the competition during the clash.
Yeah, they were really close, and that is your pole qualifying lap. As now, let's take a look now at the qualifying results and see your starting grid. Those were your qualifying results as we are now here ready for the clash. Let's go trackside for the command.
Hold up, is this thing on? Oh, crap, it is. Drivers, start your engines and get lit.
Cars having their engines fired, coming off a pit road here. I think we got ourselves a great race shaped up here in this class. This should be a lot of fun. So let's take a look at the race facts. Let's see what this race has for us. 2.5 mile D-shaped oval here in Daytona. 40 lap race. The fuel window is going to be 33 to 37 laps. It is 74 degrees also here at nighttime. 2-mile-an-hour wind speed, and this is a non-points race. So, Peter, we'll start. Who are you looking at to win this race today?
I got my eye on the Bacon Man, the Bacon Thief, Seth Peters. He looked like he could negotiate through the pack pretty well in practice. So, I mean, I would expect him to probably make some good moves and get up to the front in rather timely fashion. But you never know. This is the clash.
You know what? I'm going to go with our pole sitter, Caden Bishop. He showed great speed in qualifying, made a good lap, and he was also really good in practice. So, alright, here we go. Here they come off of turn 4. Let's get this race underway. The pace car is going to bring it to pit road this time. And here they come. We are underway in the NASCAR Amino iRacing Cup Series Clash at Daytona. Quinn is going to do is already pretty spread out, at least at the top of the pack here. Caden now pretty much has no help behind him. Quinn is up to second. He's going to have, I believe that is Brandon Allen that's going to be pushing him. Let's see if he can get to the lead. Caden's got help now from Evan Toddy. Zach is stuck 3 wide on the outside, and into turn 3, Quinn with a power move. He takes the lead.
And inside line's going to be where you want to be, as we saw in practice. Many of the drivers were getting optimal speed right along that double yellow on the inside, especially through the corners. But As Quinn Yeager's going to come around and lead lap 1 here. I see not Nick Nelson, my bad. That is Caden Bishop to the middle line. They did this number swap thing, and it's going to kind of be a bit confusing for a while. But here we are now. And now Toddy makes a move.
It's alright. It's our first time in this booth. We got time for mistakes. We got a whole season. Oh, Quinn Yeager, he continuing to lead there. That is Seth Peters, the guy you picked to win this race. He is up to second. Toddy is 3 wide in the middle. And Caden Bishop from the pole is now going to fall back.
Yeah, lots of daring moves being made in the first 2 laps. There goes the 83 to the high side. Brandon Allen. Like I said, the straightaway is the best part of the track to be making those moves, but you need the help to get around whoever's on the inside. I would expect Yeager to maintain this speed as long as he stays there. Just as I say that, Seth jumps out.
And you saw there a little bit behind Evan there. There was a big check up there. That was Zach Stern. I believe that was leading the middle at first. Something happened in front of him. We did not see what happened there, as there was a huge checkup. A couple of cars have lost a tad bit of touch there with the lead pack. But they should be back any moment here. Zach falling way back after whatever happened.
Caleb up to second. Looks like he's going to make a move to the quarter panel of the 29, but that's not going to do anything. Into the bumper, that is Roberto Brown Jr. giving the push to the 29 now.
Oh, they are 4 wide now. We haven't seen this yet today. They are 4 wide. I believe that is Seth Peters. He's going to be falling back. Paul Donlin is going to move up maybe to pick up help, but it looks like Caleb is also going to lose some draft as well. There's room for Roberto. Is he going to jump up? Yeah, there you go. He's going to jump up. He's now going to be leading the middle lane with Caleb behind, and Tanner is going to be right behind Quinn here on the bottom.
There's some fast cars right behind the 29. It's Tanner, Dontavius, got Greider and Omaki as well. And Tanner goes to the middle lane. I don't see that working, but okay.
Nope,
you do you, Tanner.
Nope, he tried to jump to the outside. Maybe he thought he saw more momentum with Roberto leading it, but obviously that's not going to do anything. He's just going to lose 2-3 spots there. He's going to lose it to Dontavius and Greider. As now Dontavius is going to jump to the middle, see if he can get any help. The pusher, Tanner Campos, is closer, so let's even get a momentum run like we saw on that opening lap.
3 by 3 by 3 through the entire pack. Crown pokes ahead, as well as Dontavius. This is the fiercest lead battle we have seen since the first lead change of the race involving the 37 and the 29 cars. Coming back to the line here, Dontavius has a shot to lead this lap.
He does. Wow, impressive there. He's got a good push there from Tanner. As something I'm noticing here, by the way he led that lap, you notice they were 3 wide. With the car there, like Roberto, who was 3 wide on the outside, he was next to Roberto. He was next to Dontavius, and it seems like with Dontavius in the middle, having a car to his outside, he doesn't move up. So when he moves up, that obviously kills all their momentum. As with that, he led that lap, and he is still going for the lead.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm just going to point this out. You know what throws me off is that hood sponsor of the 48. For some reason, it reminds me of the Play-Doh smiley face. I'm not sure why it does. But hey, here we are now, and we have reached lap 7 of this race. Quinn Yeager continues to lead this thing.
there is Dylan Jones jumping now to the outside. He doesn't... Oh, the push is going to stall out a little bit, as now Dylan's going to get stuck 3 wide in the middle.
You constantly see these second place cars trying to move up and get around the 29 as they're 4 wide yet again. But right now, I feel like these second place cars feel like they have the speed, just don't have the help. Because that inside line is so stacked with so many people drafting off one another, it's a very demanding and tall task to get around the inside line in general because of how many people are down there.
Patrick Roden there. No, that's not Patrick. Yeah, Patrick Roden there is leading the outside. Zach Stern is now stuck on the middle, as now it looks like Roberto Crown will get in between them.
Nice 4 wide action in the back there for a moment with some of the guys. That was for freaking last. So I would expect you see some of that progress forward in front of the pack as the race winds down here, but that's not going to be anytime soon. We've got over 3 quarters to go.
Dontavius Young now strong up the middle with a push there from Evan Toddy. And Brandon Allen now has made his way up to second behind Quinn Yeager, and that is Brian Logano who has made his way up to third. Been in the back all day. We have not mentioned his name, as we'll see if Brandon Allen will make a move. He's got room to jump out, and there he goes. He does jump to the outside.
He's not going to make it work, though. He's got no help. In fact, they are scattering more than I've ever seen them so far on this run. Got that very organized inside line, and then people jumping up and down the grooves of the racetrack in turns 1 and 2. But now, here comes Brian Logano in that money line machine, as Brandon Allen's going to shove up the track, and that's going to lead to 3 wide for about the 4th spot.
Another car we have not mentioned all day. That looks to be Logan Speed, who is the second car on the outside, now jumps to the outside trying to make the lane work, as now they're 4 wide again, pretty much for last.
Oh, to the outside right there. There's Tanner Campos once again trying to get up to the middle group and see if he can get around the 29, but once again, not looking too promising. Yeager is just doing what he needs to do right now. Just hold that inside and let the train push you.
As now Brian Logano jumps to the outside. That killed Tanner's momentum, as now Tanner's going to drop way back. The outside is really killer. They are 3 wide. That's Brandon Allen shooting the middle, as now Caden Bishop is the first car in the second lane.
And Quinn Yeager is going to lead his, oh boy, what is that, 11th, maybe 12th lap?
Oh my god, he's led, I think, every lap.
And that would be 12, but yeah, Caleb's going to jump to the middle lane here. He's got Bishop, Allen behind him. We'll see if he can possibly get around the 29, but it's not looking like it. Now this is going to be interesting. We see Paul Donlin in second. We'll see what he can do. But look at this. The run to the middle line.
Wow. Look at that. Caleb is going to have a nose ahead of Quinn. Can he lead a lap and steal it away from Quinn here? Let's see what they're going to do across the line. Oh, where is it, Mark? Scoring monitor will mark Caleb with leading that lap. Wow, impressive there in the middle lane.
And this is the most competitive we've seen the battle for the lead since around the lap 4 or 5 mark of this race, I believe. And we talked about Paul Donlin not having quite the speed in practice as everyone else. I think perhaps that's affecting how fast this middle line is going with him as the main pusher behind the leader of the 29 car.
I'd assume so, as he's not really connected to the back bumper like we were expecting him to push, but he is staying within tow and is keeping Quinn with a nose ahead. They are 3 wide again for the lead. Who's it going to be at the line? Caleb is ahead. Who are they going to give it to at the line? They give it to Quinn at the line. Oh, Brandon barely, really close. He takes it 4 wide, and now he's up to 2nd.
Caleb got shuffled out there. I don't know if he intended for that to happen. It looked like he moved up or just kind of got shoved out of the way up outside of the 83 car. And now look at this. Paul Donlin's going to pull out and try to get around the 29 car. That's a bit daring, especially as they were 4 wide there for a brief moment, and they continue to be. Things are jamming up here through turns 3 and 4.
Oh, man, Paul Donlin's kind of making that lane check up just a little bit. It looked like he tried to come down, but he was not cleared and had to get everyone to check up. as there's Dylan Jones, a third car who's on the bottom. He's now peeking out and trying to lead that outside lane as they continue to stay 4 wide.
There are lots of daring moves being made as we approach halfway, which will be the completion of lap 20. See cars trying to go high, back to the middle line, whatever else to make something work, and it's just really a chess match. That's all these super speedways are, just a thrilling 200-mile-per-hour speed chess match.
You know, I'm actually really liking the speed there that's Kylie Grider. She is now stuck 3 wide behind, but she has been up front. Probably, other than Quinn, who's been the leader, he's been up front the most. As let's take crank it up. And would you look there, while we were under crank it up, Seth Peters was able to make his way around Quinn Yeager. We're going to have to take a look at a replay coming up. But unbelievable. Quinn, the fastest car all day, has gotten, someone has gone past him. Let's see the replay here, how this happened.
He's got the push from quite a few cars there in that second line from the bottom. He's in the middle of 4 wide, which is kind of shocking. It's really tight there, and you see Quinn Yeager pulling away with that push. Right there, you see him have a little bobble the 29 does. And Seth's got the momentum with a massive push that propels him to the lead here.
Wow. Great job there by Seth Peters there. That was James Omaki there, looked to be pushing him. But then after that, they just stalled out. And now Seth Peters is going to... Let's see what he does in the lead. Where'd Quinn go to? Oh, look at now. He's stuck on the 3 wide. He looks like he's back in like the 10th spot.
Second place, that red car looks like he's going to shoot to the middle lane. I believe that's Caleb Marinelli in that Canes car. Nothing can be done on the 78 quite yet, though.
And he's got a push from Patrick Roden, one of the cars. He looks like he's really pushing him pretty good here. Let's see if he can find any way to maneuver around Seth Peters. He's gonna lead the lap. Oh wow, Caleb leads that lap.
Now, Caleb doesn't look half bad either. There's quite a few cars here that I believe can, if they get out front, they can definitely stay there. I'm curious to see how long Seth can stay there, and trying to figure out where Quinn is in all this. Is he the first car on the outside?
That is exactly what it looks like. He is the first car on the outside. He's got about half a car length ahead, as that it does not look like it. Yeah, that momentum on the middle is going to slow down a little bit. Seth is going to go right back into the lead with that, with Tanner behind him, as it looks like Seth will lead this lap once again.
One name we haven't mentioned lately is the 37 of Caden Bishop. He's just been kind of vibing in the lower half of the pack because ever since the first lap or two, he just hasn't been able to get up and contend. Like,
that's
probably
what
a better.
Noticing here. That's what we're noticing here about this bottom lane that we mentioned. He started on pole on the bottom, but then Quinn around lap 1 or 2 did get around him. And then ever since he's lost the lead, he's just been pretty much in the back. He's that third to last car on the bottom there.
That's another instance of that raw speed. His car seems to have a lot of it, and then once it's in a pack, almost like he's can't race as well with this race car as it can on its own.
So there's Tanner now. He's going to jump to the middle lane. He's going to try to see if he can get that lane working. Oh, 4 wide. Dontavius has to check up a little bit. Oh, that's Quinn. Look at that. We were just talking about Quinn, and now he is in last place with Dontavius, who looks like he had to check up for something, and now they're not that close to the pack. Hopefully they don't lose the draft here.
And it's looking like they are, at the moment, trying to hold on. And I don't know if you saw anything, but I didn't. I'm not sure how they fall back so much, but they're trying to latch on as best as they can in the current situation they're currently in. I think it helps a little bit that they're 4 wide, I will say that. And it looks like they are making some small gains back to the tail of the pack, and indeed they are.
Yeah, the help is that the bottom lane is so strong. So many of the cars in the second and third lane can't get anywhere, and they're going to jump back to the bottom. As because of that, with the more cars lining up on the bottom, they have caught back up to the lead pack. Back up front, Seth continues to lead as now Logan Speed. Have not mentioned him much at all today either. He's up into third place. Here they come off the corner. We were just talking about Caden Bishop just a little while ago, and here he is back trying to battle for the lead. See if he can get this middle lane going anywhere. As we are 5 laps till lap 30, as that means pit stops are going to be coming up very, very soon.
It's really difficult for the middle line to do anything when you see some of the people not wanting to commit to the line. You see drivers shooting to the high line, making it 3 wide, in some cases 4 wide, like that 16 car just did. I'm not sure what they're going for exactly. Like, you have a shot at the lead if you just commit and push and help the guys around you, and perhaps defeat the high speed of this inside line. Get someone to the lead that way through the middle line.
The only reasonable way that I can think of them taking it 4 wide is if they actually have help in the 4th lane. And Kylie, she was up there side by side for second, and now she has fallen all the way to the back. As, ooh, it looks like the middle lane has to check up once again. James Omaki there was the first car leading it. He checks up that whole inside lane as now some cars have fallen back. Zach Stern has fallen back. I see Paul Donlin back there. That was the pace car again. As now Caleb is battling for the lead again.
I think my main theory on why they could be doing that, some people going high, 4 wide, just trying to probably get out of the action, not wreck their race car and be around for the end, or they're trying to set themselves up to safely enter onto pit road. But, I mean, as pit stops are arriving, they're still racing 3 wide, and now here comes Brian Lagana to the high side.
I feel like they're thinking about that these pit stops are coming up, and tires, according to these drivers, say they're not the most important thing. They feel like they can run well on worn tires. They're just trying to get, you know, as high as they can in this field so that when they do come to pit road, maybe their track position will be a little better, as now Dontavius Young with a push from Caden Bishop, or not Caden Bishop, that's Brian Logano, trying to battle for the lead as he's starting to stall out a little bit, and Quinn is back to second.
And during the green flag run, you can't really take 4 tires. No matter how bad the car's handling, perhaps, if you're certain drivers haven't been able to work their way up to the front of the pack, that's a race-losing strategy right there, assuming no other cautions fall in place here in this race. If you take 4 tires and some others take fuel only, that is a solid I don't know, 5-6 seconds, because you only need a little bit of fuel to make it to the end here. If you're taking 4 tires or even 2 tires, I mean, you're essentially throwing your shot away.
Dontavius Young, he has a nose ahead of Seth Peters there. Can he hold it? It doesn't look like it's going to be enough. See, I mentioned it probably towards the beginning of the broadcast that when they're 3 wide and there's a car battling for the lead, they're 3 wide for the first spot. That middle car seems to have a little bit more momentum because that middle car seems like to move around when there's no third car on the outside. But now that Evan Toddy's out there, you can see Dontavius does have a lot more speed, and he is battling for the lead a lot longer than others have been earlier.
So much for getting organized on the pit road, am I right? This is going to be really interesting to see how they're going to pull this off as they prepare to pit in the coming laps. You see that there, Caleb's going to go, oh my goodness. It's like a monkey on coming to the back of Evan Toddy right there.
Yep.
That could have triggered a wreck, but here they are off turn 4. No takers yet.
Pit stop should be coming up in the next, according to the fuel, 3 to 5 laps. So they should be coming up. So they're going to have to play. That's the pace car again. What are you doing, camera crew? I think the best thing for them to do is they got to get on the bottom. Because if they're in the middle or in that third lane, they're going to have to wait to pit. Because there is no way. They're not going to. If they do, they're going to pull a Quinn Howe for something and pit from the middle lane.
Yeah, for sure. We've not seen things end well when cars are trying to pit from the middle high line. Let's just say it's not smart.
No, not at all. Oh, okay. Let's continue. Look at that. Another name we have not mentioned pretty much all day. Zach Stern is the second car in the middle. He is pushing Brandon Allen, and look at the line. They give Brandon Allen. He led that lap.
Nice lap led for that 83 of Brandon Allen. Perhaps he has a chance to challenge for the lead. That 78 car of Seth Peters needs some help here on the straightaway if he's going to make it happen. And once again, Paul Donlin being the pusher of the lead car, he's good at maintaining that upper middle pack spot, but I mean, doesn't appear to be helping this inside line much, Paul Donlin in that 7 car.
And that's what we noticed there, going down the backstretch. That was probably the first time all day. Quinn Yeager is the 3rd car leading the outside, and he was ahead at the moment in the backstretch. As now Brandon Allen's going to see if he can make that momentum any better on the outside. Zach Stern is going to be leading the middle lane now.
I expect pit stops in about 2 laps, Tyler.
Yep. They should be coming up pretty soon. It's going to be depending who's going to bring it to pit road first. Is Seth? Is he going to bring it to pit road first? And if he does, who comes with him? Is it just going to be him? Or is he going to bring plenty of others with him?
In this race, it's just the amount of length where I don't think these cars can run on a full tank or try to stretch it. So I expect all the cars to head down pit road unless someone's like been saving at the tail end of this pack, and which doesn't appear to be the case. There's been many comers and goers. I'm looking through the pack. I don't see really any cars that have not been in the upper half of the pack yet this race. Very competitive. Everyone's trying to get a spot of their own here.
As it looks like maybe some cars, like look at Tanner Campos there. He's 4 wide on the outside. You could be looking at him. He might be starting to drop back because he might be thinking of coming to pit road soon. And the best way to get to pit road is because getting on that bottom lane. That feels like is the only safe thing. So maybe some of these guys are going to start dropping back to get to the bottom because pits should be coming up in the next lap or 2. It's going to be who's going to come down first.
6 to go at the line. And this, on the high side, it appears to be...
That is Dylan Jones on the outside there.
Okay.
Roberto Crown back to 2nd place. He's now going to be pushing Seth once again, as now he'll jump back to the outside. And here comes Logan again. He's going to be making his way to 2nd on the bottom.
And pit stop's coming really, really soon here. I think they're going to come this time by. And it's going to be really intriguing. They are 3 wide, almost 4 wide. I believe they are. This is going to be really interesting. All right, here we go. Who does it right?
And there you go. Seth, the leader, is going to bring it to pit road first, and he's bringing Quinn with him.
I'm Seth. I don't like how that turned out because he's only got 1 helper. Uh, these guys are going to make some gains on these two because they're running a lap right now that's going to be faster than Seth and Quinn trying to catch up in just a two-car draft.
And that's going to depend, because I guarantee there's going to be plenty of more cars bringing it to pit road this time. So if more than like 4 cars bring it to pit road, Seth and Quinn are going to be in trouble.
All right, we should be expecting wave number 2 here as they come off turn 4, come to 4 to go. It's going to be the majority of the pack.
Pretty much the whole inside bring it to pit road. Logan is going to lead him onto pit road. He's got James, Brian Logano, Brandon Allen, and I believe Patrick Roden as well. Oh gosh, camera crew, what are you doing? Oh gosh, gonna hurt my eyes. There you go, there's a better look.
It's going to be very intriguing as these guys see where they sort out as they exit pit road. But what I'm also really anxious about is you see the 2 cars coming off pit road. Oh, hey, what happened there?
Them all down. Oh, those cars, Zach, Dylan, and Caden have not pitted. Quinn has, and Quinn just slowed a bunch of them down. Patrick Roden is the leader. He's up there. That could be a gain right there. With that slow car slowing those guys down, and him pitting right now, that could be a pretty big advantage.
Patrick Roden has a thing for winning at Daytona. He's won the MLNCS Clash before. He's got a NAFART victory, or whatever you want to call it, NAFTOR. And now we'll see what kind of position he is as he exits pit road here. See the cars on the backstretch. It's all going to be about how well he gets off pit road and how well he's going to merge into the pack.
Camera crew's not really cooperating with us. They're just going between a bunch of other people, but according to the scoring monitor, Patrick Roden is still the leader, and from what I'm guessing, he should be exiting pit road this time. These are probably a bunch of cars that pitted in that second wave that are probably a lap down, so camera crew, help us out. Where's Patrick Roden at? Is he still the leader? Let's see.
There he is right there.
There he is. And according to the monitor, he is still the leader. Wow, what a great pitch strategy there by Patrick Roden. That's
He's got a gap.
Yeah, that slow car from Quinn Yeager probably is what really helped him out. As now Logan Speed is up to second with James Omaki pushing. They're going to have a good run on Patrick here, coming to 2 to go.
Yeah, and they're caught up to the 81 with a massive run. The 90 nowhere to take it but to his bumper. Here comes Omaki to the high side. And now Speed's going to join him. Or is he going to go 3 wide on the high lane?
Logan, what are you doing? Why would you do that? You should have pushed one. Oh, that's going to kill momentum. And look behind. Hayden Bishop and Dylan Jones. 2 more cars, and they're working together. Well, sort of.
He's got a massive run.
Oh, Logan is ahead. He's ahead. But we got 2 more cars coming. Where's Dylan and Caden? And then behind them, there's like a pack of 7 cars. There's Caden and Dylan.
He blocks the 37.
Oh, here they come. They are side by side, coming to the white flag. Dylan, 3 wide on the outside, going for the lead. White flag.
Gonna get in front of Omaki.
Oh, they are that outside is going to stall. There's just 5 cars, and look how many cars are behind them. Will that big pack of cars catch them, or will these guys stay ahead? It's going to be who's going to make a move and when. Caden to the outside.
I feel like the big pack needs 1 more lap to catch them. I don't think it's going to happen for those guys. But to the outside, here's Nick Nelson. Not going to have any help, though. All the help's to the back. The 81 as they exit turn 3 and 4.
And here they come off of turn 4. It's Patrick Roden ahead. Dylan Jones is in second. Omaki is third. Here they come to the line. Patrick Roden holds them off and wins the Clash at Daytona.
Patrick Roden, the GOAT of Daytona night racing over here, getting his 3rd victory.
And we didn't even barely say his name in this race at all. He was just mid-pack or in the back pretty much this whole race, and he comes out and shines when it's needed. Alright, Patrick, here you go. It's time for your burnout. Let's see what you can do here. Please don't hit anything. Let's see what he does here. Let's see. how much he's gonna burn out and see if he'll maybe blow a motor. Who knows? But
Probably.
he worked for this. I'm sure he's got to be really happy about this win. I'm telling you, that lap car Quinn Yeager after before coming to pit road is probably what gave him this win.
It definitely a game changer. The leading car for most of the first half of the race, Quinn Jagger, just absolutely changed the whole complexion and conclusion of this race, leading to Patrick Roden stealing the victory.
Pretty good burnout so far. Let's see if he can actually get it going. There you go, Patrick. That's better. I know it's tough to do burnouts at Daytona. I've done them before. It's not the easiest thing, but hey, he's burning this thing down in style. But man, what a race in general. This was fun. We had quite a lot of battles for the lead. Cars trying to pull ahead. We saw that bottom lane, which was super dominant. But then when it came down to pit stops, that changed this whole race as it goes into the hands of Patrick. It's basically the dominant cars. Seth Peters and Quinn Yeager were not really a factor. I mean, the only factor was Quinn Yeager slowing down. I believe it was Zach Stern, probably spoiling him of this victory. But what do you think of this race?
I think main key takeaways involve the bravery of some of the drivers and their confidence in their race cars, handling, being able to make those 3-4 wide moves throughout the pack. Even though a lot of them didn't work, it goes to show that a lot of them are desperate to make up ground, and there goes the motor.
He just blew the motor. Patrick, why? What? You just blew the motor. Wow. Well, that was kind of unfortunate for him. Well, that's pretty much going to wrap up our coverage here, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, Cater, for joining me here in the booth. It was an awesome race here, and we're going to look at our results coming up here. We'll see you guys next time for the NASCAR Amino iRacing Cup Series Daytona 500.